Cyril Ramaphosa, a name that resonates deeply within the hearts of many South Africans, a name synonymous with the fight against apartheid, a struggle that defined a generation and reshaped a nation. He emerged as a symbol of hope and progress, a beacon for a brighter future, or so we thought. But behind this carefully crafted image lies a web of allegations, whispers of corruption and abuse of power that cannot be ignored. The man who once promised to dismantle inequality and uplift the downtrodden might just be another cog in the machine, enriching himself while the nation struggles. This is not merely about political differences or partisan squabbles. This is about truth, integrity, and the very essence of leadership. It's about holding those in power accountable, regardless of their past glories or their grand promises for the future. This is about Cyril Ramaphosa, the man who pledged a new dawn for South Africa, but whose actions and decisions paint a starkly different picture. A picture shrouded in shadows, obscured by layers of secrecy and unanswered questions. It's time to peel back these layers, to confront the uncomfortable truths, and to demand the answers that the people of South Africa deserve, because this isn't just about Cyril Ramaphosa, it's about the principles of justice, transparency and accountability. It's about the soul of South Africa, a nation striving to reconcile its past with its aspirations for a just and equitable future. Ramaphosa's wealth is no secret, but its source? That's a different story. His company, Pembani, is a sprawling conglomerate with fingers in every pie: mining, telecoms, even fast food. MTN, Bidvest, McDonald, South Africa, you name it, Pembani's probably got a piece of it. These aren't just passive investments, they're strategic holdings carefully placed to maximize profit and influence. And where does this influence lead? Straight back to the top, to the man who holds the reins of power. Is this the mark of a savvy businessman or something more sinister? When immense wealth intertwines with political power, the lines blur. It's hard not to question the motives, to wonder if every deal, every investment is tainted by self-interest. 2020, a seemingly insignificant event at Ramaphosa's Phala game farm. $4 million in cash stolen. But this wasn't your average robbery. This one had all the hallmarks of a cover-up. Ramaphosa, instead of reporting the theft, took matters into his own hands. The robbers were tracked down, interrogated, allegedly even tortured. The reason for this clandestine operation? Some say it's because the money was never meant to be found. Money laundering, tax evasion, violations of foreign currency laws. These are just some of the accusations swirling around the Phala affair. And while Ramaphosa denies any wrongdoing, the stench of impropriety lingers. Black Economic Empowerment, or B.E.E. A noble initiative meant to uplift historically disadvantaged communities, but in the hands of Cyril Ramaphosa, some say it's become a tool for personal gain. Lucrative tenders meant for struggling black-owned businesses allegedly find their way to companies linked to Ramaphosa and his allies. And who better to benefit than family? Enter Patrice Motsepe, Ramaphosa's brother-in-law, and a mining magnate with a suspicious amount of luck when it comes to government contracts. This isn't empowerment. It's a betrayal of trust, a perversion of a program designed to level the playing field. It's the powerful elite enriching themselves, cloaked in the language of social justice. Justice, South African style. The law is supposed to be blind. But in South Africa, it seems to have a particular aversion to seeing any wrongdoing by Cyril Ramaphosa and his inner circle. Ministers accused of corruption, shifted to different portfolios, investigations quietly swept under the rug, critics silenced, whistleblowers intimidated. It's a familiar playbook, one that reeks of impunity and disregard for the rule of law. This isn't justice, it's a charade, a carefully orchestrated performance designed to protect the powerful. And every time Ramaphosa turns a blind eye to the misdeeds of his allies, he chips away at the very foundation of South African democracy. A pattern of impunity. The names change, the scandals evolve, but the script remains the same. Shavini, former Minister of Communications and Digital Technologies, embroiled in allegations of irregular tender awards. Thembi Simelane moved to a different ministry after facing investigations. The list goes on. These aren't isolated incidents. They're symptoms of a deeper malaise, a culture of impunity that permeates the highest levels of government. And at the center of it all stands Cyril Ramaphosa, seemingly untouchable, seemingly above the law. How many more scandals will it take? How many more instances of blatant wrongdoing will be ignored? When will South Africa say enough is enough? Securing the spoils of war? The Democratic Republic of Congo, a land of immense natural wealth, yet a place where the riches beneath the soil have often led to strife and suffering above it. A nation rich in resources, plagued by conflict. The minerals that power our modern world, from smartphones to electric cars, are extracted here, often under dire conditions. And where there's instability, there's often opportunity. For some, the chaos is a chance to profit, to secure the spoils of war. Not for the Congolese people, of course, but for those seeking to exploit their misfortune. Foreign entities and local warlords alike see the potential for immense gain. Enter Cyril Ramaphosa, this time not as a businessman or a politician, but as a protector of interests. His involvement raises questions about the true motives behind South Africa's actions in the region. Accusations swirl that the South African army, under Ramaphosa's watch, has been deployed to safeguard mining operations in the DRC, potentially benefiting Ramaphosa himself and his financial backers. These claims, if true, paint a troubling picture of international intervention. Is this about regional stability or securing access to valuable resources? The line between peacekeeping and profiteering becomes increasingly blurred. Is South Africa, under Ramaphosa's leadership, complicit in perpetuating the cycle of conflict and exploitation in the DRC? The debate rages on with strong opinions on both sides. These are questions that demand answers, answers that may prove deeply unsettling. As the world watches, the true cost of securing the spoils of war remains to be fully uncovered. A disillusioned nation. The ANC, once the party of Mandela, the symbol of resilience and unity, was the beacon of hope for a nation emerging from the darkness of apartheid. It was a time of dreams and aspirations, a time when the future seemed bright and full of promise. Now it teeters on the brink, its popularity dwindling, its once unshakable foundation showing cracks. Its moral authority in tatters. The party that once stood for justice and equality now struggles to maintain its relevance. The May 2024 elections were a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the shifting sands of political loyalty. The ANC clinging to power by a thread, the closest contest in South Africa's history, a clear indication of the growing discontent. The people are tired of broken promises, tired of corruption, tired of being led by those who put self-interest above the needs of the nation. The streets echo with the cries for change, the demand for accountability growing louder with each passing day. This isn't just about politics, it's about a nation losing faith in its leaders, a nation yearning for the change that was promised but never delivered. It's about the erosion of trust, the slow death of hope. The feeling of being let down by those who were supposed to uplift. The faces of the people tell the story, a story of frustration and disillusionment, a story of a nation at a crossroads, a nation yearning for the change that was promised but never delivered, a nation looking for new hope, new leadership. It's about the erosion of trust, the slow death of hope, the feeling of being let down by those who were supposed to uplift, the slow death of hope. The fading dreams of a better tomorrow, a nation in search of a new dawn. A call for sunlight. Sunlight, they say, is the best disinfectant. It's time to shine a light on the dealings of Cyril Ramaphosa, to expose the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. This isn't about tearing down a leader, it's about holding him accountable. It's about demanding transparency, demanding integrity, demanding that those in power serve the people, not their own interests. South Africa deserves better. It deserves leaders who are beyond reproach, leaders who embody the values of justice, equality, and accountability. It's time for Cyril Ramaphosa to answer the tough questions, to be held accountable for his actions, and to prove that he is worthy of the trust that has been placed in him. The future of South Africa may depend on it.